Man, do we have a lot to talk about today. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Sham, back with another video. I've been gone for a while. I know I had to take me a little break. My birthday had passed, Father's Day had passed. There was just a lot of things going on. But if you missed your boy, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss another banger video. Today we're gonna discuss the MK1 stress test. And you probably like, well, Sham, how the fuck did you get one? You know, my homie Randy, shout out to Randy, signed up. I forgot to sign up about it. I literally didn't even know I could sign up on the WB account or my account on WB. I didn't even know. But my homie Randy hit me up and he was like, you know, Sham, I'll give you my code, because he don't have a next gen console, but he did sign up. And that means he thought about me when he signed up, because he ain't even got the console to do it. So I appreciate you, my boy. We were able to, you know, really sit down and lab. I didn't play too much of it. I'll get into the reason why, but I played probably around 10 hours total, and Randy probably played 3 of those hours. Technically, so I probably played like 7, like a strong 6 or 7. I just wanted to talk about some of the things that were good and some of the things that were bad about the stress test, man. It was a stress test, so take everything I say like not to heart, because at the end of the day, like MK11 changed before it came out, and MK1 can definitely still change, even though we're about to get a beta in August from pre-ordering and the game's gonna come out in September. They still have time to implement these things that pretty much everybody have came to a consensus about in the community already. Like, everyone's saying the same thing. So let's just really get into it. First off, we'll talk about some of the things that I like, because the things I don't like can possibly end up being a rant. You feel me? So what I like about MK1 is for sure the art style. I disagree with people when they say that MK11 looks better. I just think MK11 looks insanely ahead of its time. And MK11 was one of the most beautiful fighting games we've ever played. But I'm telling y'all, if you get MK1 on your screen in 4K, it looks better than MK11. That's just my opinion though. Take it how you want. So I really like the way the game looks, and we had only like 2 stages, and we really don't get to see all of the grimy stages that are going to end up in the game, because I think people just think Mortal Kombat looks too beautiful right now, but we have to understand that Liu Kang started the whole timeline over, so there aren't as many things destroyed yet as they were in MK9, MKX, MK11. You know, this is a brand new fresh start, so we're gonna get some more beautiful stages. We're gonna probably get a really nice Adenia stage now, you know what I'm saying? So y'all just wait on the game to come out, man. Like, Mortal Kombat is going to have some grimy stages. Trust me, they are. It's going to happen. Another thing I like about Mortal Kombat 1 is the creativity. The combo system is amazing, literally amazing. Once you get into a combo, there's so many different things. I was even listening to Max talk about how, like, when he would watch people play Sub-Zero, it would seem like everyone's doing the same combos. I'm sorry, Max, and Max is my idol, and he'll probably never see my video, so it really doesn't matter anyway. But if he does, I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, but yeah, people were doing way different combos on Sub-Zero. The combos that you were seeing that a lot of people were doing was Sub-Zero's bread and butter, and that was just bread and butter off Sonya. There were countless people on Twitter posting multiple different routes with Sub-Zero and other characters too, but I'm gonna just say Sub, because Sub is who I played the most. Sub is who I had the most fun on, but Liu Kang is definitely fun too. But I couldn't get a lot of my meter burns to come out on Liu Kang for some reason, and we all know Negative Edge was on. We'll get into all that shit, but talking about the good things here. Sub-Zero had a ton of different ways to combo your ass up. It wasn't like MK11 where you had a bread and butter and that was it. And then you had something that you can risk taking and it'll get you like 40%. There were combos that I was doing that were like 20%, 22%, 25%, 30%, 32%, 35%, 44%, 41%. Like when you have all of those different combos and they lead to different percentages, like you pretty much got yourself a game that is full of creativity, and people aren't realizing that, and you should. In Mortal Kombat 11, if you did Scorpion's bread and butter combo, you were getting like 27%. If you did his super hard combo where you actually activated the teleport in the air, then you got like 35. And you weren't really getting much else after that. So it was like 2 combo routes or 3 combo routes for almost damn near every character in the game in MK11. With the Cameo system in Mortal Kombat 1, this has the potential to be the most creative game that they have ever made when you actually get into the combos. When you actually get a chance to combo someone, you have a ton of options. And all we had in this stress test was Sub-Zero, Kenshi, Katana, and Liu Kang. And then for the cameos, we had Sonya, who is arguably the best cameo right now. Everyone used her. Jax, and Kano. That's all we had for the stress test. And we couldn't change any controls. We couldn't turn off negative edge. We couldn't do anything but play online and do towers. And that's expected. It's a stress test. Me and my homie Randy was upset because we wanted to sit in here and just go in the lab and practice, but it just didn't work like that. We had to fight real people to really just get some shit back to back so we could play. This game, combo-wise, has the potential to be the most creative and fluent and broad game that they've ever created. Even more so than MKX, and we all love MKX. MKX is probably my favorite fighting game ever created. And there's still people finding shit in that game till this day. But I'm telling you, this cameo system, regardless of how you feel about it and how hard it is to wrap your head around it being in the game, it is a beautiful addition to Mortal Kombat, and it makes the game very creative. So with that being said, those are actually my 2 biggest points that I have about the game. That it looks better than MK11, and it has potential to be the most creative MK ever created. That's all I'm gonna say, because it's not much that I liked about this game outside of that. So one issue that I have is I was expecting the cameo system to be more like it was in the tower challenges from MK11, where you would flick the right analog stick in a certain direction and then you would get a move. Well, they decided not to do that. They decided to make cameos the R1 button, and they took meter burning back to R2 like it was in MKX, which throws me off a lot because I hadn't played MKX in so long. And the last Mortal Kombat I was playing was Mortal Kombat 11, which I really didn't play that much either. But meter burning my moves with R2 felt very weird, although that's nothing new. But if they were gonna decide to tie the cameo system to a bumper, I would have preferred it to be L1 instead of R1, because you're clicking R1 on the right side of your joystick, and then to get a specific move, like each cameo has like 4 moves, like a neutral like R1 move, then back R1, then forward R1, then down R1, and then you got like a hold charge R1, whatever. So you're clicking R1 on the right side of the screen, and then on, not the screen, on the right side of your controller, and then pressing, you know, on the D-pad which one you want to come out. It feels very awkward. I would have rather press L1 and click the D-pad all on the left side of the controller and focus on meter burning and grabbing or whatever with the other 2 triggers, bumper and triggers. That'll probably be what I switch to if they have custom controls in the game. That'll probably be what I switch to, because that will seem more natural. So as I talk about this more, and I don't know how long this video is going to be, but the more and more I talk about these things, you will realize like a lot of my opinion isn't bad, it's only bad because this is what we experience in the stress test. Like, certain things about this game will be addressed and certain things will be just easy to change when we get the actual game. We played the whole beta like this, and I didn't want to put countless hours trying to get good at these characters and get good at these mechanics, because I know me personally, I'm going to switch my buttons. And muscle memory is a big thing in fighting games. Like, it's the biggest thing in fighting games. Outside of like knowing your character, knowing matchups, muscle memory means everything to me especially. So I didn't want to soak 40, 50, 60 hours into this game using my damn Cameo with R1. I just didn't want to do it. So my opinion might not matter to y'all. You're like, Sham, you only spent 7 hours. Hey, 7 hours is enough for me to say some shit. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I'm an MK fan. I've played a shit ton of MK in my life, and I watched a shit ton of streams. I watched a bunch of different videos of people talking about it. Man, we all feel the same. I don't care if you played this shit for 30 minutes. You feel me? Like, there are some things that are wrong, and these things that I'm talking about right now are things that we can easily change. We can go in there and take negative edge off. We'll probably be able to customize our controls and do different things with how button layout is currently in the game, or was in the game in the stress test. The other thing about cameos is I overall just like them better in MK11, and MK11 wasn't even made for that shit. The cameos in MK11 were able to come out whenever you wanted them to. I was about to curse. But the cameos in MK11 could come out whenever you wanted to. You would flick the right stick, right, left, down, whatever. They would come out whenever you wanted to in your stream. So in a way, that added way more creativity than the creativity I was just talking about in MK1. There are certain cameos in this game, and God, Kano is one of them. Kano has a attack in the game that takes you, throws you, stabs you. It's actually a grab. He takes you, grabs you, stabs you, spits on you, walks away, and I think he spits again. Or maybe he don't spit on you. Maybe I'm exaggerating. The entire animation takes like what feels like an hour. Like literally the SpongeBob shit would pop up like
one eternity later
type shit. Like, so many things in the game is so slow, and the cameos break the immersion of the game. A lot of people were complaining about, you know, it looks goofy with them flying in and off of the screen. I don't mind it. It's like, I played Marvel vs. Capcom and all these games that had tag systems and shit. It doesn't bother me seeing characters flip and dip off the screen. It's cool looking to me. It's a personal preference. But when you have these assists in the game, you want them to feel like the shit that you're doing or trying to accomplish is fluid. And that was one of my biggest issues with the cameo system, is the cameos aren't fluid. There's only a few moves, or like Sonya, basically you would never use her leg grab. Her leg grab is supposed to be like a combo extension, but it's not that great. And it's a long ass animation, and your character's just sitting there like this. And then you're able to move again. And then in other moves, like, you can just move freely. Like, I don't understand. Like, how are the assists in MK11's tower modes for fun type shit, like, way more fluid and way more fun and make more sense than MK1's cameos? I don't understand that. And that needs to be addressed, and I'm not the only person that feels that way. Cameos are fun, they're a great idea, and they open up the game for max creativity to be whoever you want to be on Mortal Kombat 1. But no one likes to sit and watch your cameo do some shit for like 30 seconds while you stand there, or if you press the grab cameo, the grab cameo assist, your character does a back step, wait for it to happen, and then you proceed. It's killing the immersion. Mortal Kombat is it's always been about craziness and fast-pacedness and gore. And it's like the more and more we keep getting Mortal Kombats, the less they want to make it crazy. Like, quit trying to make Mortal Kombat into Street Fighter. Like, currently, right now, Street Fighter 6 is faster and more exciting to watch than what we just played in that stress test. That is the consensus that I have came to. The other consensus is we all thought Mortal Kombat 11 was slow as shit. Well, I have to inform y'all that Max did the testing on it. MK11 is a faster game than MK1. I've seen it with my own eyes. You could play MK11 beside MK1 and you would think MK11 is running in 1.25 times speed. MK1 is slow as shit. I'm gonna just go ahead and go into this topic. Just get off the cameos, fix cameos. They take too long. Certain moves are basically useless, and you just don't have fluidity in that system yet, NetherRealm, and I need it to happen. But that's not even y'all's biggest issue. My biggest issue is we're not asking y'all for another MKX. I think y'all should leave MKX the fuck alone. It will be a game that I can play when my granddaughter is changing my diaper in the nursing home. That's how good MKX is. Like, we don't have to have another one. I want y'all to be innovative and do new shit, but y'all have to understand that y'all took like 4 years to make this game, which y'all understand that. I don't have to say y'all have to understand that. We've been waiting for 4 years for a new game. Granted, MK1 looks visually great and visually pleasing, but it's not much better looking than MK11. The graphics from MK9 to MKX is substantial, and MKX was a gray wash of a game. The jump from MKX to MK11 was like some impossible shit on my screen. I'm like, how can MK11 look like this on this console? And then between all of those games I just mentioned, it was less time in between those games. So this is like the longest we've waited for a game in a very long time. And the game doesn't look substantially better than MK11, and it's also slower than MK11. And the only innovative thing that y'all put in the game is up block. I want y'all to understand that we've been waiting on this game for 4 years. And the only new thing in the game is up block. Like, real moment of silence. The only new mechanic in Mortal Kombat is a fucking up block. That's it. They took the breaker system back to how it was in MKX. We appreciate it. They made the wake ups where you actually meter burn your moves and shit off the ground. That's fine. We want that back. But cameos aren't even new. People are acting like cameos are fucking new. Cameo is just cameos are just a reused idea from the towers of MK11. So guys, don't think cameos are a new addition to the game. It's not. It was in MK11, but better. That's the crazy part. It was better in MK11. So the only thing that you, like, even when you get perfect blocks in MK1, there are no more follow-ups to that. There's no follow-up punishes. You just get the perfect block and it's your turn now. So they even took that cool mechanic out the game that was in MK11 that was pretty fun. If you mastered the ability to perfect block some shit and get the follow-up full meter combo, like, it was a full combo punish in MK11. That shit is gone. Now you up block because jump 3 and jump 4 were so overpowered in MK11. That's the reason why it's in the game now, but I guarantee you no one gives a fuck. And the jumping is floaty as hell, so because of that feature. A lot of people are complaining about jumping being floaty, and I kind of don't like it either, but you learn to get used to it. But I want y'all to understand that the jumping isn't floaty because of the air combo. That's not the case. That the jumps are floaty so we can take advantage of the quote-unquote new mechanic, which is up blocking. That's why the jumping is floaty. They want us to learn how to do this new mechanic because it's the only new mechanic in the fucking game. It's not because we have air combos now. They could make that jump less floaty and way faster, and we'd still be able to execute those air combos that they put into the game. So at the end of the day, nothing is really new. It right now, to me, it feels like Mortal Kombat 11, but with the Towers cameos. I said it on Twitter, like Mortal Kombat 1 doesn't feel like a new game. I'm not saying that the game plays like Mortal Kombat 11 because I definitely don't think it does. Hell, how could it? It's slower. But what I'm saying is, for 4 years of time, and I know we had COVID and all of this shit, but at the end of the day, we have seen we've seen people produce some games during that time period that were godly. Street Fighter 6 is amazing. Tekken is looking to be amazing. Project L, with the little that we've seen so far, is stomping on Mortal Kombat 1. I would play DNF Duel over Mortal Kombat 1. You understand what I'm saying, YouTube? Like, I don't hate the game. I don't want it to sound like I hate it. It's just because the game has so much potential to be great. And in its current state of how we played it on stress test, I was expecting way more than what I experienced. The game didn't hook me. For one reason why it didn't hook me is because my boy Scorpion is not in there. If Scorpion was in there, I probably would have put in a good 15 hours. Even with dealing with all I'm talking about. But the game didn't hook me. I got right off of it and hopped back on Diablo. Like, I didn't really want to play it. The most I played it was with Randy when he came to my house and we just sat here and played it. But I mainly just watched him play it and teach him a few things, and he learned a few things, and we went online and all that good shit. Just had a good time hanging out. But I was bored. Like, the game was boring. Even with the cool combos, and learning that shit is very cool to do, but the game is slow. Your characters are heavy. The dashes are basically useless. Like, useless. So what would happen? Let me give y'all the scenario so y'all can understand the reason why in the beginning of this video I said it has the potential to give you the most creativity during combos, but I didn't say in general. Here's the reason. Once you start playing good people in this game that know your character, know your matchup, and can block like a madman, and can zone like a madman, you will start to realize that you won't get these combos often. So if you go to the towers and play the CPU and do nothing else, Mortal Kombat 1 is fast as fuck, because the computer will let you get off those combos way more than a person would. So during combos, the game is pretty fast and fun and crazy look. Everything outside of landing a combo is boring as shit to watch and boring as shit to play. Footsies is basically but footsies is like watching Muhammad Ali go 15 rounds with somebody, or Roy Jones Jr. go 15 rounds with somebody, and they just running all over the fucking mat the whole night. Two of the greatest boxers ever, by the way. But just an example. Like, people are used to Mortal Kombat being like Mike Tyson stepping into a ring and knocking somebody the fuck out, or doing somebody completely dirty, catching people in TODs and loops. Like, that's what Mortal Kombat fans want. All I can say is speed up neutral. This is my last point, 25-minute video. NetherRealm, Ed Boon, if y'all ever see my video, which you probably won't, I love the game. No, I take that back. I like the game. I don't love it. In my opinion, don't really fucking matter. But at the end of the day, I've played y'all games since I was a kid. I just had a birthday. I'm 30. I've been around for almost as long as MK has been around. Obviously, I didn't play it when I was fucking born, but I went back and played it as a kid. So I've been playing this for a long time, and I know what made me feel joy when I played y'all's games. Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct were pretty much the only fighting games I played as a kid. Me and my dad, me and my cousins, me and my brothers. I played a little bit of Street Fighter, but I've never been a Street Fighter fan. And me sitting here at 30 years old, I would never think that I would like Street Fighter 6 better than the new Mortal Kombat game. My opinion don't mean anything, but I'm telling y'all, Street Fighter 6 did some very innovative things with their drive rush, drive impact, the parries, everything. The perfect parries with the slowdown system, then you're in plus frames. Everything in Street Fighter 6 feels great and very exciting to play and watch. So take that with a grain of salt, you know, take it how you want, but speed up the game like 5-10%. Don't touch the combos. The combos are in a great spot. I don't even care if y'all fix the jumps. If y'all want to incorporate us learning up block, that's fine. I don't really mind the jumps. It gives me time to think about some shit. The older I get, I need a little more time to think about shit. And MK1 is a game where you're constantly thinking when you're doing combos. I want to stress that when you're doing combos, there's a lot of shit you pressing and a lot of shit you trying to think about and a lot of shit you have to manage. In neutral, there's nothing. If you play a Liu Kang that zones you the fuck out, you have no quick way of getting there. None. You have to sit there and eat that shit. Or do a meter burn attack to get a little closer. I ain't trying to burn my meter to get a little closer. I'm not trying to do that. That's all everyone did on Sub-Zero. When Sub-Zero was getting zoned out by Liu Kang online, we would just try our best to slide under that shit and burn meter. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to dash and dash cancel. Like, I want to be able to do that. That's not hard to do. Quit making Mortal Kombat feel like Street Fighter. I'm not a Street Fighter fan, and most people don't go to Mortal Kombat for Street Fighter type. Like, Maximilian said it the best. How is it possible that Mortal Kombat 1 in neutral plays like Street Fighter fucking 2, but in combos plays like MVC? It logically doesn't make sense that y'all want to make combos nutty as hell because we didn't have nutty combos in MK11, but slow the game down in neutral. And neutral is where everyone gets to show their expression when they play fighting games. Being good at neutral is sometimes in fighting games more efficient than being a combo god. If you can out-noosh somebody, you will 9 times out of 10 whoop their ass because they don't know when to punish versus when it's their turn. No frames, no footwork, no back dashes, forward cancels. The neutral is where you get the most creativity out of a fighting game, not the combos. Because at the end of the day, as a community, we're gonna all figure out what's the best route with a cameo. We're gonna find the best cameo in probably 3-4 months, 6 months to a year. Everyone's gonna be using the same set of cameos. It'll probably be 3 in the game that are really fucking broken that people are gonna figure out, and then y'all gonna patch that and they're gonna find the next ones. But guess what? Everyone's gonna figure out the most optimal combos, and everyone's gonna be trying to accomplish the same shit. That happens with every fighting game. So yes, you have creativity with combos, but one day that creativity will dwindle because everyone will be looking to get the most optimal shit. So at the end of the day, the creativity will always be neutral in fighting games because not everyone's neutral will ever be the same. That is point blank period when it comes to fighting game player expression. Neutral in a game will always show creativity. How you get in and get out of situations versus combos, how do you punish the opponent is always the most creativity. So with Mortal Kombat, we just want that creativity. Mortal Kombat has always been fun, crazy, gory, and all over the place. Same thing with Killer Instinct. Those are my 2 favorite games. I like shit to be crazy in my fighting games. And I like to find some shit out and then y'all patch it and then we go to the next. No one is asking for this slow, methodical fucking game out of Mortal Kombat. Like, Ed, no one's asking for that. No one. Trust me, no one asks for that shit. And y'all keep dropping games that no one's asking for. And then saying, oh, this is a new innovative spin. Cameos are not new. And no one cares about an up block, bro. It is so frustrating to be an MK fan and just And we've waited 4 years for that. For a graphical slight upgrade and a up block. That's all y'all did in 4 years is a slight tweak to the graphics and lighting and an up block, bruh. Gave us some shit back from some old games that we needed, and I appreciate y'all. Got some air combos. We've had air combos before. Street Fighter 6 is a completely new game. It has some bones of Street Fighter 5 in it, but for the most part, Street Fighter 6 is its own brand new game that plays differently and gives you way more options at your disposal and has a great neutral. It is fun to watch people shimmy back and forth in Street Fighter 6. And Tekken is about to do the same thing. And when Project L comes out, we've seen the footage. It's nice looking. Y'all are Mortal Kombat and y'all are gonna sell copies regardless. Y'all are gonna outsell all of those games I just talked about. Maybe not Tekken, I don't know. But y'all are gonna have a successful game regardless. Hardcore Mortal Kombat fans are going to play this shit regardless. Hell, casuals are gonna play it regardless because y'all always do a great job at story mode and shit. But it seems like lately y'all have not cared about the gameplay. Y'all care more about story mode and graphics and guest characters and shit. And little do y'all know, like, hardcore MK fans don't even like guest characters. I don't mind them, but like most of the hardcore MK people who played every MK would rather y'all add more MK characters than fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme and Ghostface.
Let him cook now, let him.
So like y'all are focusing on all these things that no one is asking for. And that is what's pissing me off and pissing a lot of people off the most. Make MK crazy again. It will be fine. Quit trying to make the game a casual, methodical game. I don't know what else to say. Quit doing it. Like, they will learn. Like, they will learn. The casuals will pick up the pace and learn. It's not, y'all aren't gonna sell less copies if MK is a crazy, fast-paced game. You're not gonna sell less copies. Trust me. Trust me. You don't have to trust me, but trust me. We don't want MK1 to feel like the fucking Street Fighter 2. Or feel like I'm playing Sham Show. Or like, bro. End of video, end of rant. That is everything I had to say. If y'all agree with me or disagree with me, leave it down in the comments. How did y'all enjoy the play test, a stress test, fuck test, whatever? How did y'all enjoy it? What character y'all liked the most? How many combo routes y'all found? I found like 6 combo routes on Sub-Zero. It was crazy. He can freeze people over and over now. It's great. It was fun. Liu Kang is a mess. Kenshi is an even more mess because he technically can have Puppet and Cameo out at the same time. He busted, but I like it. Leave it that way. Because why? Kenshi takes a lot of time to get good at. So if a character's busted but takes some practice, fine. It's fine. Now that Katana shit, where she can just do an endless loop of like 2 buttons, that shit will be patched, obviously. Yeah, that's broken. Katana ended up being the best character in the beta, and nobody knew about it really. They kept it under wraps. People decided to post those clips today after the stress test was over. But yeah, she was technically the strongest person. She could get you in a endless loop for like 50, 60k damage. I mean 60 damage, whatever. Yeah, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. I give it like a 7.5, which isn't bad. But for me waiting for 4 years, I expected more. And maybe it's just me. Maybe my expectations just was way too high. But I think that's valid. We expect great things out of NetherRealm, and lately they have been letting us down with gameplay and caring about everything else that no one asked for. Quit making games that no one asked for. It would be very appreciated. We like things to feel fast and fluid and crazy when we play a Mortal Kombat game. If y'all didn't know that, y'all probably are going to know it now, because it's not just me saying it. But remember, man, I fuck with y'all because y'all fuck with me, and if you don't fuck with me, then finish that, bro. I will catch y'all in the next one. I don't know what the next video is gonna be, but I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Deuces.